Okay, so last time we left off, you guys had finished up collecting the Green Lantern and a few things, and you had, I think you had lightning over your shoulders as you were slinking back to one of the local taverns or inns for the night to get some rest. Am I correct?
I don't remember the lightning.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it means
Bertram.
our character lightning. Not
Yeah,
lightning from
Bertram had me over her shoulder.
So you guys are easily able to make it back to the 10 beds and slump back into your beds for the evening. I'm assuming you're going to take a long rest. Am I correct?
If
What
we have
time would that
time,
put us at?
it depends. I think what you said, our deadline's 9 a.m. in the morning. So what time is it now? Can we do a long rest?
You could probably pull a long rest off, but you'd have to hustle to get back down there in time. You probably would have, if you did a full long rest of 8 hours, you'd have about an hour and a half to go down, take care of whatever's you got to take care of there in the other crypt, collect that item, and then get back to the bar.
I think that's kind of like our own option. I mean, several of us are kind of hurting for spell points and hit points and everything, right?
Yeah, you're pretty beat up. Lightning is unconscious and on someone's shoulders. Dash is probably limping along at best. The rest of you are in fairly decent shape. Well, except for Bertra, who took a pretty good set of hits.
To be fair, I do have a lot of ways to regain those hits with the fighter ability.
This is true. So what's your
Do we truly know what the consequences are if we don't get the other one done by 9 bells?
No, you really don't. Just that's when he asked you to report back. So
I say we take it. If we get back late, okay, we'll just hold on to the thing. Nope, that's not what my character would do. He would totally not do that.
Because I feel like the dude we're working for, I forgot his name off the top of my head, is not someone we should be tardy with.
Arden was the one who asked us to go find these things. Works for Master Mac, is what I have gathered.
Arden, I didn't write that down. Arden. Bald tattooed elf dude.
Well, this is ultimately going to be a decision that the folks who really need the rest need to make. Because like I said, I'm good to go. Other than being down one rage, I'm ready to go.
I would push for a short rest and just try to heal up a little.
Let's go 4 hours, because I'm an elf and that counts for as a long rest for meditating for 4 hours.
damn elves.
Well, it works out pretty good because then I get my 2 spell points back with a little bit of healing for the group, and yeah, the fighter could do the surge of adrenaline or whatever that I forget what that fighter ability that heals, and I think he regains it after a short rest, so he'll be good. She'll be good to go.
Okay, so it sounds like you want to take a short rest. Okay, to make life easier, if you guys click on your tokens, and then look on the bar at the top, there'll be one called rests. You can click on rest and it'll ask you short or long. You can select short, it'll reset everything it's supposed to be reset for you.
Fancy.
Yeah, it just makes life easier. Of course, it doesn't help on hit points because it's a short rest.
It'll be fine.
I mean, it doesn't help with hit points. Oh, because we have to choose how many hit dice we want to roll.
Yeah, because you have to choose how many hits. Yeah, and if you guys want to roll hit dice, obviously roll hit dice, and we'll add those back in. And I'm sure Lightning's going to roll hit dice.
Yeah, just once I find.
Okay, Dash, you're getting 2 back.
After last session, when we thought spells were just completely broken, we rolled it like 5 times, and we just got really, really unlucky.
Yeah, I checked it too. Okay. Bertram, you're rolling you rolled initiative. Is that meant to be your hit dice?
Yeah, I misclicked. I'm currently using a tablet for that.
Oh, no problem.
Where is the button for the hit dice? Under?
If you go, actually, there's not a button. Unfortunately, you have
Right
to go
near
to
your initiative.
Yeah, right beside your initiative on your sheet.
Oh, I was looking in the wrong place. Oh dear, there's nothing there.
If you actually click
like
on the
1/1d8, and then if you click, like hover over the d8 part, it'll just click it. And Bertra's will be either d10 or d12. D10, I think.
No, like there's nothing in the box.
Yeah, hers is empty. How many you want to roll? Well, you only have one, so here's a D8. So I'll use the thing. Sorry, I keep forgetting you guys first level.
Level 1. Level 1.
You should have answered, I want to roll 4 of them, please.
You got 5 for her. And I'll get that fixed on your sheet. And Bertram, yours should be 10. Are you gonna spend a hit die?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Okay.
Now, is there any con modifiers for those characters?
I'm looking right now.
Okay.
Oh, do you get to add your con modifier too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet. I did not know that.
Mine is 4.
Thank you. I was going to pull your sheet up. That saves me the problem. Okay.
So a dumb question before we get going, Jason. You may have already said this, but I apologize. So the little color ring that's around our tokens, is that some significance of the how healthy they are?
Yes. The color ring.
How many different colors?
It fades from green into red.
Okay,
the
so
closer to red you get, the worse off you are.
Okay, so is there like 3 basic colors? Is it green, yellow, and red?
Yep.
Or is there some other color? Okay, all right.
Yeah, if you see blue, like just a second ago, you might have saw Bertra's pop up with blue because I went over her max hit points.
Oh, okay.
So then I corrected it back to the 14 that's Bertra's max.
Does that mean Dash needs to roll some hit dice?
Dash is actually rolled hit dice.
Yep, got a 2.
Oh.
What's your con modifier, Dash?
0.
Oh, well, never mind then.
At least it's not negative.
We had a character like that one time.
If it's negative.
Yeah, we had a character like that one time. Okay, so you get up, get yourself some rest. stumble your way blearily back down to the catacomb entrance or the crypt entrance. I'll get the map switch once.
So did we or did we not turn in the lantern?
We did not because we didn't have anyone to turn it into until 9
Ah,
bells.
okay.
Okay, you guys should be loading into the crypt again. I think you're all there.
The next one we're going to, we know, is this one over to the right.
Yep, that's the one on the right. There's actually a couple between it. I just shortcutted on the map because I didn't want to draw 15 doors for no reason.
So are we doing this same as before, sending in the sneaky sneak first? Just gonna run in guns blazing.
I'm voting guns blazing, man.
No, I'm sorry, I gotta ask a question. I know we're looking for something, but I don't remember exactly what it is we're looking for.
Key.
Yeah, this one you were sending to retrieve a key from one of the crypts,
Key.
and you were given the name of the crypt on the crypt.
Okay, but I mean, is it gonna be obvious when we see the key? Did we get like a description of it, or?
Yeah, you were given a brief description of what the key would look like. It's a gold key about the size of a human's hand. The top is very ornate, and it has the letter, the first letter of the family's name, which is a G engraved on it.
Okay. And we were told it's in one of the crypts, or one of the whatever in this crypt.
Yes, you were given the
Okay.
name, but you were given the specific name, so you can go look through them
Okay.
and find it. I didn't create a name for it. I was a lot slow DM that day.
Okay.
I've never played a game with a large character in the party. It has a little bit of logistical problems. It seems like you
Yeah.
won't be able to get 10 feet within because there's a coffin in the way.
It's fine. I'll just wait outside.
That'll be a problem if we get, squished.
We can always lure him out.
Well, keep in mind, though he's 10 foot wide, the Berkshire can still move around there. It just makes it a little bit more difficult on him.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I got it. He can fit between, or she can fit between the coffins. There's sarcophagus
Yeah.
that she moves forward. Okay.
Okay, so you were given the crypt entrance key to allow you to enter the crypt on the outside. So describe to me what you're doing there, folks.
I'm gonna get my bow out at the ready and try to be sneaky and see if I can't pop in there and see any skeleton.
Can Grunt's going to ask for a little huddle before we go in this time? That's okay. Get into character. Okay. Can we have a little bit better plan this time? Last time didn't work out so what's our intentions here? Are we gonna stay together, regroup? We just split up? Because I don't want any more, things like and the lightning happen again. That was not good. And silence. Awesome talking to you guys. Awesome talk.
Well, I think from what we saw, it was more bad luck. I don't think we were trying to split up, but we did shift over a little too far and kind of found ourselves ambushed.
All right, so how about I just suggest this then? If Sneaky Sneak's gonna go in first, that's fine. Then either Bertra or myself go in shortly after him, and we keep all the other squishy people in between me and. That way, if something happens like last time, we're not separated. Is that okay?
Agreed.
Sounds fine to me.
Sounds like a
Sure.
plan.
Sure.
All right, so Bertra, you want to be in front, or you take the rear?
I think it's best if I take the rear.
Yeah, because we're trying to be sneaky. I don't think it's going to work for you. Well, not that I'm that, but I'm cool with that. All right, so Sneaky Sneak's going to go in kind of Are you 40 feet ahead of me?
No, like 5 feet ahead of you, Brian. Just trying to
5 feet?
5 to 10 feet, man, right in front of you. I'm just staying in there, trying to get a first shot off with some stealth advantage.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna see what I am. So if you see something, let me know, and I'll come running in. But I'll be up front here with the sneak. The other three in between me and Bert. You good with that?
All right, sounds well.
Okay. All right, sneak. Open up the door.
So how wide are you? Go ahead, Rand.
Corma's gonna start kind of cracking it open. It looks like, is it a double door?
Yes, it is a double door.
So the door in front of him, he's gonna just crack that one open, see if he can see anything in that first 20, 30 feet in front of him.
I'll do it like that. You crack the door open, the one side, you crack it open just a little bit so you can see in. First thing that hits you, give me a perception check, Corum.
First thing that hits you.
So when you open the door, you know the first impression that hits you is the smell. It is very damp and musty in here, whereas the other crypt you were in was very dry and well taken care of. This one was very damp and very musty. And you can faintly hear the sound of water.
Do I see anything? The door on my screen isn't cracked very much at all. It's like a...
Well, you just said crack!
Well, it's not in like the way it's shown on here, so it goes off to like a different angle.
Yeah. What you can see when you look at the crack, you can see that the tomb beyond, and you can see just slightly into the room, peering through the dark, using your dark vision, you lucky elf. And you can see a stone flag floor, and you can see at least one, maybe two, possibly a third sarcophagus from where you're standing looking in. You don't hear any movement, but like I said, it's a very wet, very odory smell.
He's going to go ahead and open it some more to get a good visual.
The door, you swing the door open so you can see, and now you can definitely see, as you look back in there, you can see a number of sarcophagus laid out. And one of the things with that perception you rolled earlier, you notice one of them, the one to your left, a little catty corner of the entrance, has rubble at the bottom of it, like it's been busted open.
I think we might have trouble in here, but I don't see anything right now. Let's move forward, everyone.
Is Corum the only one that sees that the rubble? Was he sharing that with?
Well, you have to ask me if he's sharing it, but from the entrance, you could probably see it, Grun.
Okay.
So as you begin to move in there, you begin to notice that now that some of you are more flowing in, more of you can see a number of the sarcophagus, and they're all stone sarcophagus. They're the type where like the outside's made of stone, and then the wooden or the other casket, the more ornate one, is put down inside of it. But you can see that a number of these are busted open at the rear. And you also notice there is a tunnel to the far left of the chamber as you enter that looks like it's been freshly dug.
All right, so
on my screen, I can see. I can see some kind of creature over there. Is there any way to identify it from here?
Give me a. Trying to think of the best way to give us. Give me either a nature or a perception check there, Corum and Grun. You probably have the best views of it. Possibly Dash as well.
Nature?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see something too.
Okay. There is some kind of humanoids lurking in the back corner that Grunt and Corm can make out. Dash, you can make out the shapes, but you can't get much more than that. And these humanoids are kind of hunched over, and they're, well, you're using dark vision, so everything's kind of gray. So they're kind of grayish looking, and they kind of have a shuffle to them as they're moving.
Can I identify them as zombies based upon our experience with skeletons, or have I not seen it?
It's a lot fleshier than a zombie, and it doesn't quite move like a zombie.
Oh, okay, just a little hunchback guy. All right, I'll kind of go in a little bit more. Again, trying to be really sneaky.
Being a tomb robber, based off his description, would I have any advantage on trying to
Give me
identify what that is?
give me either a wisdom or an intelligence check because of your profession.
13?
Yeah. So I see it now. You're pretty certain that's probably not a little hunchback man. It's probably something a little bit more along the flesh-eating variety. It's probably a ghoul.
Well, guys, I think I've seen those before. Sounds kind of like a ghoul.
That's all Corum needs. If I haven't been spotted yet, can I get off a shot with the longbow at the creature?
Let me get a perception check on one side.
Grunt's also going to just kind of do a perimeter look around behind him and beside him, make sure there's not any other kind of corridors or openings or something could sneak in behind other folks.
Okay. As you're doing your check, Grunt, you don't see any other entrances, though you do notice that right there where I'm pinging on the map, there seems to be more rubble there than in the other areas, like where the other sarcophagus have been kicked open or broken into, and they have not spotted you yet, or they don't seem to be actively spotted you.
When you say rubble, we talking like rocks? Or we talking like bits and pieces of bones? What are we talking about for rubble?
Mostly it appears to be rocks, bits and pieces of wood. Only here there's a lot more rock. And most like at the end of each one of these sarcophagus, you can tell it's like the work stone from the sarcophagus where it's been busted open and busted into. This one has, you see that, and you can actually see the hole in the sarcophagus. But there's also a lot more dirt and uncut rock there as well.
Okay. I'm going to kind of turn around to the rest of the group, not say anything, but kind of like take my hoofs and on my hand and point them towards my eyes and then point over towards that area so everyone else kind of is aware I see something over there.
Said they don't seem to be reacting to your all's presence.
All right, can I get that shot off?
Let me see it. So your shot, you fire into the darkness, into the room where they're at, and the shot goes clattering onto the floor just to the right of one of them. It doesn't quite hit it. Oh, wait a minute. I take that back. I misread that. It slams into that ghoul, and it jerks around and looks at it.
Perfect.
I misread it.
That's all right.
Before we get deep into this, Jason, do you mind if we see their attacks? Or are you trying to keep that
for some reason, Quorum's switch yours, Rand. I thought I switched everybody else's. Switch yours to public. I must not have checked yours. Okay, and let's roll for initiative real quick, guys.
Hey, my initiative. Sorry, I had advantage, and it looks like Brian does too. On.
That's fine. I'll allow it. It's no big deal.
had advantage? Sweet. Let me switch that back.
Yeah, you
Realize
both
that.
you both did, but I'm not worried about it for this one.
Yours is only one different, Brian. Mine is three different.
I love the fact that it actually pre-sorted for me.
No, I don't like that because they're really high.
Well,
Is there
yeah,
any way to drop me down below Nalia, since she actually got higher than I would have if I?
yes, I can do that. There we go. Okay, and Dash, you get the first move as we drop into combat.
Am I still hidden from sight?
Yeah, from their side, yeah, they couldn't see you. And you
Okay.
also wouldn't have a great shot at them either. They would have partial cover from you. Well, not if you move there.
Oh, yeah. I'll move up. Would I be able to take a shot at this one? I can
Yes,
see his outline.
you would have a clear shot at him. Or a clear-as shot at him.
Would I have advantage since it's a sneak attack? Or would I have to roll stealth first?
You need to roll stealth for that one. Actually, no, you wouldn't. Go for it.
Sweet.
Because I just remember they rolled like a really crappy perception roll. Oh, nice.
And I would like to use my sneak attack to roll an extra 1d6.
Do that, please. Yeah, nice.
So 13 total?
Yep.
And then can I use my bonus action just to hide back and see if
Yeah.
I can stealth?
Yeah, you can slip behind one of that sarcophagus or something there. And then give me a stealth roll on that so I know how well you hid. Yep, which you already did. Thank you. Okay. The first school that was attacked, he turns around. He's obviously he sees Corum because that's the one who shot him. He's not totally unaware that his buddy's been shot. He charges toward Corum, slobbering and making ugly, nasty sounds, and he attempts to bite you, Corum. Does that hit?
I think he might have missed. I'm joking.
Yeah, I know you are.
I was gonna be like, damn.
So this thing comes charging up. You guys see this blur of gray, funky looking, fleshy thing come bolting out of this hewn, dug passage, slams into Corin, and just latches onto his arm and just takes a big old chunk out of Corin's arm. The other one who just got slammed by Dash doesn't know where he got hit from. He comes pouring out of there, and he jumps on top of this sarcophagus, and he takes a swipe at Grun, because it's the biggest thing he sees. And it just whiffs past you, Grun.
He's so cute when he tries to bite.
And that brings us to Nalia, tucked away in the back, safe for the moment.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna move forward here.
Can I free action yell something?
Sure.
Make sure we leave room for Bertra to fit in here.
Alright, so I'm gonna move up, and from here, I'm going to cast Produce Flame and try and throw it at the school right on top of the sarcophagus.
Okay. Let's hope it doesn't backfire this time.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So you feel the ball of fire as it forms in your hand, and you throw it at him, and it hits the sarcophagus and just right below its feet and splashes up. It actually doesn't cause any damage to it or hurt it or even hit it for that matter as far as game mechanics is concerned. But it whips its head around and looks at you and starts slathering and snarling at you. Anything else?
No, I think I'm just gonna stay here.
All right. That brings us to Corum, who just got bit.
Yeah, he's hurting pretty good. Corum is going to drop his bow and draw his rapier and target that one in front of him that just hit him.
All righty.
Yep,
Oh,
here we go.
nice, Corum.
Was it enough?
So Corum pulls his rapier out and he plunges it into it, and he whips it out to the side like he's going to. He slices a big hunk out of the side of its chest, and it just kind of looks and snarls and slathers, and it's breathing heavy, and it seems like it's labored, like it's injured, but it's still standing.
Now, Jason, I can move between the two of them to open more space for Grunt and other people to get in.
Yes.
And because I'm not leaving any threatened range, it doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, correct?
Correct.
I'm gonna do that, and then when I get over here, I'm gonna bonus action cast Healing Word on myself.
All right. Go and cast the spell so you get back on health, because I know you could use it. Oh!
That took me almost to full.
Yep, so that would give you what's your max? Let's see.
Max is 11, but I got hit for 7, so I should be at 10.
So you guys see in the corner area, you see Quorum make his slash, and he dashes between the two things, which seems insane a little bit. And as he's doing that, you see his glowing hand reach out and touches his shoulder and where he got bit, or his arm where he got bit. And you see it just immediately repair itself. In just a blink, it repairs itself.
And that's it for Core.
That brings us to Bertra, who's standing back in the doorway.
All right, I'm gonna move forward just so I can see a bit more what's going on. Okay. Is it possible for me to occupy sort of like the same space as someone else?
Yes, it would just be difficult terrain as you're moving in there, so it'd count for double movement. Mainly because you're being careful not to step on them or hit them.
So if I move, so that's 5 feet, 10, 15, 25. Oh, can only get really there. So I think I'll just make an attack with a hand axe.
Okay, go throw it.
Yep. Fence.
Does he have 10-foot reach? Because
No,
if he does,
he's got 5 foot reach.
Yeah, I tried that route last time too.
It never hurts to ask.
Yep.
So you slash out that ghoul, or you fling your hand axe across through there, and it hits it, but it kind of glances and bounces off. The handle hits it as it's flipping in the air, and it causes it to scatter to the ground. Doesn't seem to hurt the ghoul, though it now seems to have its attention focused on you.
Well, that's good. I think that's all I can do. I don't think I can throw another hand at.
No, that'd be another action. So that brings it around to Grun.
Bertra, why you miss like that? Let me show you how it's done. And I'll move up 5 feet in between both of them. So both of these guys have taken hits, right?
Correct.
Can I visually tell which one of them's like looking worse off or better off?
The one to the top of the map, one right in front of Grun, would be the one that's probably looking the worst for wear.
So this one's looking worse, right?
Correct.
All right, then I'm not worried about him. I'm gonna whack on that guy right there then.
That's what I figured you'd do.
Okay, Murchop. See, you take your axe. Oh, before I do that, I would like to rage and
Okay.
scream really loud. And then I want to slam one of these into him. If I can do that, please.
Oh, nice.
Like so!
So you see Grun walk up, start blathering about hitting stuff, and just starts snorting and just wails into it and actually lops off one of the arms of this thing. However, it's still standing, so it doesn't look very happy about life.
Oh man, I had to roll a 1.
Yep, you did.
That's it for me.
And that brings it around to Lightning, who's still kind of tucked away in the back, somewhat safe this time. Not being harassed by skeletons this time.
There's not much I can do other than make way for Bertram.
Okay.
Yeah, thing is, last time I did that, it failed twice. Just gonna...
Last time you made room for Bertram, it failed twice?
No, last time I used Sacred Flame.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're moving to the back. Are you going to ready an action or anything?
Sorry, I gotta look at the sheet.
No problem.
Actually, is there any, like, lying around fire from what Nalia did?
No.
Oh, darn. That goes my plan. In that case, I'm just ready up healing word.
Okay.
For
whoever might need
Quorum.
it. For Quorum. Look at that, Quorum. They already think you're going to die.
That's sweet of them. I appreciate it.
And that brings us back to, well, Bertram's and Watts being. There we go. That brings it around to Dash. That's more like it.
So, seeing as I have no shot at the other one, I will just use my short bow to take a shot at this one up in front.
Okay.
Seeing as I'm currently hidden still, I'll roll with advantage.
Correct.
And just for the hell of it, sneak attack damage again. So 1d6. So 13 damage.
So you raise up from behind the sarcophagus, and you see its head snap to the motion. You realize, oh crap, there's something there, but it's too late because your arrow goes right between its eyes, and the whole back of its skull just collapses and falls out, and it actually falls in a pile on top of that sarcophagus. To your left, Corum, you see this thing, just the back of its head explode, and you got like brains all over you.
Sorry for the shower.
Little
Can I
puke
also
comes
get
out.
my bonus to
Yeah.
move back and then go back into stealth?
Go for
Back
it.
in?
Yep. Let's give me the stealth roll so I know how well you hid this time, Ron. Okay, the other ghoul, though, hits over between Corum and the other, and it's seeing this comrade fall, and I gotta do it. 'Cause- Let's see. Oh! So, it bolts. It flees away from you. This is going to provoke opportunity attacks from both Corum and Grun. Go ahead and roll those. I'm going to roll to where it would get to if you don't kill it before it gets there.
No,
Or-
no.
Quorum's
Come back here,
rapier
my little
misses.
Oh, where'd it go? Okay. I can't even click on it. There we go.
That did it, Grun. Oh, no, it didn't.
18? Does not?
No, you hit it. You got a sound axe through its back as it was fleeing, but it continues to drag itself off. It only gets...
Oh. Shoot it! Someone needs to shoot it!
It manages to get right there before it... Whenever you when you hit it, it's as far as it manages to get, and that brings us around to Nalia's turn.
Okay. It's just at the edge of my vision here. I'm gonna move up. And let me think here. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna try to shoot at it again with fireball, try and finish it off.
All right,
Just
see it.
produce flame.
Oh!
Damn.
Nice.
We're having much better luck this time around.
Yes, aren't you now? So this little mote of flame, there's normally just a little tiny handful of fire. You fling it at it, and as it goes down through there, it expands into the size of what you would expect. You'd see other casters do that they would call a fireball spell. So that a ball of fire that size, it slams into this ghoul, and you just watch it burn and crisp, and then the burnt remains just clatter to the ground.
Crown will kind of turn to Nalia, eyes wide. Little overkill, what you think? But good job.
I definitely meant to do that.
Does anyone have marshmallows?
Oh gosh, okay. So, as this occurs, other than the charred smell of burnt ghoul that now permeates the room, you can look around the room and you can see that a number of the sarcophagus have been busted into, and you can see that they've made some kind of layer in there. And Quorum, as you go in and look around, you see a number of gnawed bones and things like that. Looks like they drug stuff out of these sarcophagus to get in here and eat. But there doesn't appear to be an exit from their core.
So, Jason, not a character. Can I see this down here without doing a perception check?
You mean the tunnel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your check actually earlier
So-
would have cleared that. As you guys look back at that one sarcophagus, it's open on the front end, it's open on the back end, and it appears to go on back into the wall.
Okay, so question for you still. Before my rage ends, I would have noticed that, and I would have used my hammering horns to dash down in here
Okay.
as far as I can. If I don't get anything, that's fine, then my rage will end, but I just want to dash down here
Okay.
before
Yeah,
my rage ends.
You managed to scatter your way through the sarcophagus and all the way down into that tunnel. And when you come out the other side of the tunnel there, right about where your token's actually at, Brian, you see that here it's been dug. And as you explore down it just a little bit further, it hangs a left to you, and then it opens up on what appears to be... Oh, wait, it's the sewer.
Alright, that's about as far as I can get in my dash, so I guess at that point my rage will end then. Alright, thank you.
No problem.
But I don't see anything there, correct?
No, you don't see anything otherwise than the sewer pipe and the sewer outlet. And you can see where the wall's been torn into and the passage dug to go into the crypt that you're in. Now that actually does go downhill a little bit, so you've dropped about 40, 50 foot from that tomb where the tomb was sitting at to this level here.
Okay. Alright, I'll shrug As my breathing starts going back to normal, I'll start slowly walking my way back up. Disappointed that I didn't find anything
Okay.
to hit.
Is there nothing down there, Grun?
No. Damn it. Let's go check out those, what do you call them? Coffins up there. See if the key's in there.
Sounds good to me.
Seeing them come back up, Dash would start his investigation.
Okay. So you start pilfering around, and you see there's a number. I'm not going to tag them because you can see them very well on the map themselves. There's a number of the sarcophagus that aren't opened. There are several that have been, actually, you can tell now that you look at, now that you know what's going on, you can tell they have been broken into. It doesn't take you long because you were given the name to find the sarcophagus you're looking for. It's actually the one. Let me get to where I can ping it better.
You might be doing GM layer, Jason.
No, I had to get to where I could do something that actually you guys can actually see it instead of a little tiny ring. This is the one actually that has the name that you're looking for.
That's, everybody sees it, or someone in particular saw that? That's what Dash saw.
Well, Dash was the one going around and looking, but I'm sure. But you said, here's the one we're looking for, guys.
Okay. So, do we need to, like, just open it up? Do we need to, what we gotta do here?
I think we can just open it. We're supposed to come down here and collect it.
While they're doing that, I'm going to check these ghouls, see if they might have happened to eat the key or...
Okay. give me an investigation check there, Corum. And how elbows deep into these ghouls are you going?
No, I'm just gonna kind of like, not to make myself puke or anything, just kind of looking on their persons around and maybe in their little hidey hole area, seeing if for some reason maybe there's a key or something.
All right, you cast around for a little bit. They're looking, Corum, and you don't turn up a key, though you do turn up a total of 24 silver pieces. Okay, now back to the group dealing with the sarcophagus. What are you doing?
I would just look this first off, just check to see if there's anything that might be a trap or a sign that somebody's or something might be in there.
Okay, this one doesn't seem to be tampered with, and you can tell, compared to the other ones, even though they've been some service in here, you can tell these are, this one's relatively freshly in place. It's obviously been done recently. It's not as dusty and dirty as some of the other ones are. And there doesn't appear to be, just looking at it, appears to be any traps to it.
Okay, well, then I would just try to lift the lid, seeing no reason not to.
The lid doesn't move.
Seems to be stuffed, guys.
Is that because of his stature? Oh, sorry, that's out of character. Is that because of his stature, or like a strength check anything to do with this? And he need to smash it? What are we saying?
It'd be more because it's probably locked. There is a keyhole.
Oh. Did we get a key for it?
You got a key for the door.
Try the key.
Okay, I'll try the key from the door.
Doesn't quite fit.
You're just sneaky sneak guy, right? Don't you got those little tools to like help yourself get in there, maybe?
Yep, that'd be them. Give me a
sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand will work. Oh, nice. Which reminds me, I need to put up these unlock. Well, sheet. I need to add that to make life easier. So you reach in and pull out a set. You see him pull out a set of wires and stuff. And just a second, you hear a click, and then you reach up, and the hinge just very easily it swings open. And you can see the freshly interred body of some noble. He's in rather fine clothing, laying there in on a silk, covered with a silk. blanket.
Dash would just reach on in and start digging for the key. Not really squirmish, so.
Okay, so a few minutes of patting down pockets, and you finally find the pocket on the inside breast pocket, like of his suit coat that he has on. You find the key tucked in there, and by the placement of it, stuff you've done in the past, you figure probably what's happened is they've probably picked out a suit for the guy to wear, be dressed in for his funeral, and forgot to check the pockets and left the key in it.
Very smart people here. So that's what we came for, right?
So, just because I'm naturally curious, that tunnel, where'd it
Hey,
go?
we went down to the sewers. I'm assuming that's where these things probably tunneled up from, but I didn't see anything down there when we went. You can go check it out if you want. I'll go with you.
Yeah, I'd like to look. I'm curious. I'd like to know where things go.
You want to lead? You want to follow?
He's already halfway to that tunnel grind.
Yeah, I'll say that
Stealth,
sarcastic.
which is not very sneaky, but
So as you work your way down through there, again, you note the passage drops about 20-25 feet, maybe as much as 40 feet down. As you come around the bend of the tunnel, you see it opens up into the passageway where the sewer actually runs from the city. Here it's work stone. It's about 10 foot across. The water is kind of a grayish green in color. It's coming out of a large culvert or pipe, and it's flowing to the south.
yeah, not very exciting. Do I, by chance, see anything? Anything glittering?
No, nothing glittering that you can see, though. For a sewer, and being that you're an archaeologist and you've been, into these kind of situations before, this is probably one of the cleaner sewers you've been in. There's not a lot of, dead rats or any kind of other detritus around. Like, it's been cleaned regularly.
Pretty nice sewer. Doesn't smell as bad. It's pretty nice. I wouldn't mind wandering around down here. Okay, we can head back. Thanks.
Would my character know anything about the oddness of this sewer thing, or is that just something that Dash would know based on his, you said archaeological background?
His would have gave him more knowledge in it, but you yourself, Grum, would go, this is probably cleaner than most sewers you'd ever expect a sewer to be, especially under a city as large as Gumtar Stronghold.
Can I roll something like an insight, just to a reasoning as to why that might be?
Sure.
This is just weird. People here don't poop. That's what I'm assuming I get out of my 8.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much your thought on it.
After he mentions that kind of triggers, that's a good point. It is a lot cleaner than it should be for the city size. But I don't think I notice anything really.
Yeah. Clueless wanderers down here checking things out, guys. Maybe you should rethink letting Dash check into things for you, and definitely not Grun.
You got some kind of weird magic going on. They don't poop or pee here for some reason. Weird.
So Grunt will go over in the corner over here. He's gonna squat down. He's gonna leave something.
Okay. Oh dear.
And on that note,
Dash decides he's leaving.
There, that's a little bit more normal.
Oh dear.
Are you done?
I feel better.
Okay, let's head back.
I think I'm a couple pounds lighter. I can move faster now.
Well, it's definitely more of a sewer now.
Make his way up the front. Do not go down there. Oh man.
Corum,
Somebody left the dudes down there.
one thing you notice when you were fooling with these ghouls, when you were going through them, they looked like they were pretty young as far as a ghoul. They didn't look like they had been around for very long.
Dude, does anyone think young ghouls are interesting, or does anyone have any knowledge of such creatures? Wink, wink. Empty lightning.
Dude, no. My knowledge is not in actual religion or anything.
Now, Lightning's not particularly intrigued by the fact that they're young ghouls. She's like, yeah, they're ghouls, okay? They're ghouls.
I'm more interested in this guy's coat. I'm thinking if I can swipe it.
It'd be very easy to get it off of him.
Yeah, can I take his coat?
Sure.
Just like put it on?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Dash, what's the history check for?
So since he's mentioned the ghouls are young, would I realize
Okay.
that's odd?
Yeah, that does seem to be a little odd. Usually ghouls of this size, I mean, full humanoid size, to be already with a pair of them, unusual. Also, you've been around Gumtar Stronghold long enough that you've not heard of any problem in the crypts with any kind of undead or undead creatures like ghouls. In fact, most of the times the crypts are referred to as relatively safe. I mean, there's hundreds of these crypts under the city, guys. And you've been into 2 now and found undead?
Do you guys think we should tell someone about this?
Or do you guys think we should, I still don't like the fact that that sewer is completely clean. Do we want to spend some, well, a little less clean now. Do we want to spend some more time trying to just see if we can find anything down there?
Does anyone know what time it is right now?
Hey, do we have time?
You've been in here probably with all the searching and going through and unlocking things and all that. You've probably been here about 45 minutes to an hour.
And we went down here at daybreak?
Yes.
Or middle of the night? I forget what time it was.
Well, you took a few hours.
4-hour rest.
Yeah, you took a 4-hour rest. You went up around midnight, so it'd be about 3 or 4 in the morning.
So we still got about 6 hours before we got to get back with this thing. And how long was the trip from here to where we got to be?
It'll take you about from here, by the time you lock the tomb up and get back upstairs or back up on the main city and cross the city to the bar, probably about 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, so we got a couple hours to spare, I think. But someone would have mentioned the fact that these ghouls look like kids, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Corm did.
And Grum just kind of scratches his head and says, do ghouls have babies? I don't think they do they?
No, I'm pretty sure they're formed from being reanimated, essentially.
Ugh. Now I feel bad. I just killed a kid. I don't like doing that. That's not right. Stupid
So do
ghoul. I'll kick it in the head.
Yeah, I agree with her. It's already dead. I don't think you can consider it a kid anymore. So, do we want to go check out the sewer some more, or do you guys just want to head on back and tell somebody else?
Might as well check it out while we're here. I mean, didn't what's his name ever find some silver on one of them?
Yeah, just so you guys saw that, I did hand everyone 4 pieces of silver.
Oh,
Did you take?
I missed it.
Did you take Mac's cut? He gets 10% of anything we find.
Oh, no, I forgot about Max's cut.
10% of 4. How much is that?
I'll worry about Max's cut.
Yeah, do you want to be the treasurer this trip?
Oh, no, if you're the treasurer, then you do it. I'll deduct 2 silver from me, and we can give that to him.
So, Corm, did you check both bodies or just one of them?
I thought I checked both, but I don't know. Jason?
You did both.
Okay. Alright, so we going... Oh, crap. Then go and look at the tunnel and then look at Bertra. We might have a problem here, guys. Bertra, can you fit in there?
I could try.
Yeah, you see Bertram kind of sizing up, going, maybe.
All right, so are we in agreement or not? We heading down there for a little bit, do a looky-loo. Just don't look to the left when you get down there. Nothing to see there. Just look to the right and you'll be good.
Well, Bertram can't.
I was totally down there already.
Oh, okay. Someone already left.
If Bertram cannot fit down there, we could give her the items so that she could always make her way back to the tavern to be on time as a representative of the party. Correct?
Well, out of character, I think she can fit through there. There's going to be she'll be a disadvantage if anything happens.
Correct. It's just for her, it's very narrow. Some places she would have to actually pretty much crawl through, to get through it. Turn sideways. It's going to be tight fit for Bertram, but can get through there.
All right, fellas, we going?
I'm
I
in.
guess so.
All right.
Before they come down, he's going to go find some trash wherever he can and kind of pile it on top of his little deuce he left here.
Okay.
Okay.
After you empty Nalia.
So before I hop down, can I crawl into one of the burst open sarcophagi that doesn't lead to the sewer and
Sure.
see if there's...
Oh, jeez. Are you telling anybody that?
I think Dash can see
Yeah,
What are you looking for?
shinies.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
You don't know Grun very well, but you are very lucky he's not see this.
This is another night of the dice not liking me.
Yeah. So you look back in it, and of course, the body itself has been pulled out, and there's scatters of clothing and all that. You do find a single iron coin.
I'll pocket that.
Okay.
How
And
much
it's cursed.
How much does that weigh for my own sake?
It's just like any of the regular coins. So just put it in like a copper piece.
Okay.
No weight, basically.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, if you're carrying around hundreds and thousands of coins, yeah, I'm going to be picky about weight. But one coin, no.
Because I wasn't sure if the weight changed because it was iron.
No.
Yeah.
None to be negligible anyway.
Down into the murder hole.
So as you guys emerge into the sewer, the first thing you smell is fresh manure.
Look how clean it is, guys.
Doesn't smell very clean.
The sewer, the water that Bertra is standing in, I'm assuming you actually stepped into the water there, Bertra, or you stepped across it. It went up about halfway on your shins. It's only about maybe 2 foot deep at the deepest part at any given time in this area. And it's dirty, nasty, gray water running down there, and it's running toward the south.
Grun kind of turns his head. I honestly, I don't know, but it looks it's way too clean, right? That's not right.
I suppose.
As far as sewers go, this is a pretty pristine sewer.
So the sewer
Out of
itself.
character. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, out of character, I got an idea what I think this might be, but my guy has no clue. So I'm just walking down here. So, look at the clean sewers.
So the sewer runs a good ways toward the south, and then it takes another bend downward, and drops another probably 30, 40 foot down. And then it makes a hook back to the right, and you occasionally pass a couple of branchings. Every place you go, though, it's relatively clean. And then after you stay on the main track and don't follow the branchings, you go probably quarter mile, half a mile, and
Damn.
you run into a set of iron grates. It's blocking
Right.
blocking you from going anywhere. However, the sewer water can flow through it. The iron grate is clean.
Mm.
Petra, you should bend it open. Open it, open it, open it.
Are we still okay on time based on this walk down here?
Yeah,
But I know that.
Yeah, to go say a quarter mile to a mile would only take you about 20-25 minutes. So
Okay.
even if you're
Making
being
sure.
careful,
I'm gonna keep that in the back of my mind at the time to make sure we make it back in time.
Okay, I'm gonna try and rip it open.
okay, give me a strength check then. Okay, so Bertha gets down the water and plants her feet and pulls, and nothing happens.
Bertra, yeah, I tell you what, I had high hopes for you, but now I'm starting to wonder. This is a check?
Yeah, the strength check.
Okay.
So
It's like this. It's like this. No, wait a minute. It's like this. Oh, yeah, that's a tough one, Bertra.
Roll for hernia. Roll for hernia.
And despite Grun's best effort and Bertra's best effort, they're not able to get these bars in. The only thing is, like I said, you do notice it's unusual about it, particularly Dash, who's done quite a bit of excavation and been some strange places in his life. The sewer bars, they're clean. They're not rusted. They're clean. Actually, you notice that they're painted.
They're what?
Painted.
Painted. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Painted what color?
Black.
Painted black.
Yep.
Okay.
Depressing.
Why would they paint stuff in the sewer? That makes no sense. It's just gonna get poo on it, you know? Oh, is it poo?
It's not that.
Oh, thank God. I thought I just grabbed a bunch of poo on these bars. That's nasty.
But by me saying it's painted, it's not fresh paint. Obviously, you can tell when they were installed, they were painted right after they were installed before the sewer was started being used.
All right. So again, we can't see anything through the bars, right?
Nope, just the sewer going on for a while past that.
All right. Well, whatever they use to clean this place works pretty good. I've seen enough. How about you guys?
Does it look like there's any way to open the bars? Like a latch, a lock?
Not that you can see. It looks like they're actually permanently set into the stone here. It's probably your best guess, Dash, is they probably use this as a stopgap to catch anything that might be going down the sewer that's too large, and that someone at some point comes in and cleans them. Or something.
Anyone know what is there anything that could be used to clean this? I mean, any creature that you might have loose, or
give me, anybody wants to think on it, give me an intelligence check.
Depending on our background, where we're from.
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, I grew up in just a beach town, so
Right.
I don't know if they even have sewers there.
They would have, they'd have some form of septic or sewage system probably, but not a great one. However,
We had the hole in the ground.
Yeah. I'm going to whisper to Dash what he thinks it is, and then it's his choice what he wants to share here. Hold on.
So while Dash is thinking on that, can I hand off my nice coat to Bertra and try to open the grate with just pure anger of curiosity?
He's off whispering, so he can't hear you.
Yeah,
so.
Excuse the spelling on that. I can hear you, actually. I didn't change it. I actually just whispered in roll 20 to him. Excuse the spelling on that because I typed it quickly, but you can sure try to answer your question.
Hold my coat.
Sure.
the strongest of everyone?
Yeah, you go, girl.
Yeah, so lightning grabs it, and you actually see the bars bend just a little bit, but not enough to pour. Far more than the other two did, honestly.
Ew. You got like some magical arms on you or something, right? You didn't do that just with your muscles. No way. Right, Bertram? There's no way she did that.
Yeah, we must have loosened it a bit as well.
Yeah, that's it. We loosened it up.
Their comments. I want Lightning to just strike like a strongman pose and stick their tongue out. Be like, nah. All right.
Anyone else want to give it a shot?
I'll pass.
I'm beginning to see the title of this episode.
It's a dead end.
So
Sewer-
thinking about it, guys.
Sewergate Strongman.
The only thing I could think of that they could use to clean this would be can't remember exactly what they're called, but it's something like a cube that can eat away at things. I know some bigger cities tend to use them to try to keep things clean, but this is probably the cleanest sewer I've ever seen. A gelatinous cube, I think.
Now, us being level 1, Jason, are any of us really going to know what that is?
He would, because of his studies in archaeology. The rest
Okay,
of
so
you
the rest
probably
of us-
might be shaking your head going, a what?
A Jello cube?
Plus, it eats you. So
Whoa!
yeah, we might just want to back out.
It eats you or eats me?
Pretty much whatever can get its gelatinous on.
Berkshires already leaving. As he gets discussing, Berkshire's going, nope, time to go. She's leaving.
Dodger,
gonna
don't
say-
leave me.
All right, fellas. I don't like getting eaten by Jello, so let's go.
Just in case anyone's curious, don't try to eat the Jello.
Oh yeah.
But that's the way of the world. Eat the jello before it can eat you.
All
On
right.
a side note, you guys do know historically what gelatin was made of, right? Real gelatin.
Yeah.
Before
Yep.
Jello.
Yeah.
Just checking.
I don't. I assume animal fat.
Try again. Try bone.
You're not
Ah, neat.
entirely wrong. It was the marrow boiled and then solidified.
All right,
Come
against my
on.
better judgment, I'm going to look inside this tube before I walk up there.
Give me an investigation check, Grun.
A lot of investigation,
Roll
huh?
for initial.
I thought I was going to do perception, but okay, I'm investigating.
Well, you can do that too, whichever.
Yeah, all I don't know. Someone left a deuce over here. It wasn't me.
So, as Grun's looking in the pipe, suddenly the outflow of the pipe increases, and he's just like coated from head to toe with this ucky gray water coming out of the pipe.
I got poo! Yuck! I got poo on my boots. Don't go in there. That was nasty. I got no place to go. Get out of the way. Boy, get out of the poo. I'm going over here.
It's really not that bad. Could have been much worse.
I'm sitting on the side over here, shaking my entire body like a wet dog, trying to get all the poo off of me. That's gross. That's okay, guys. Out of here. Let's go. Go.
You guys have been in here about an hour and a half now.
Was this outflow that splashed Grun like just as cleanly as the rest of the water down here?
Oh yes, just as cleanly.
Okay.
I don't
Sounds
know
weird,
that.
but okay.
It does have quite a little bit of an odor to it. Now Grun not only smells like a wet cow, but now he smells like a stinky wet cow.
Hey, no one better say that. I'm pushing on Bertra, trying to get her to fit through the hole. Come on, Bertra, you can do it. Give me a little shove. Sorry. Who's behind me?
Oh God.
That was Bertrand, not me.
So you emerge back into the in the original crypt that you were in. Some of you a little bit wetter than others.
Alright, so I guess there's nothing else here for us to see or get or loot or whatever you want to call it. Shall we bring back this key to the dude?
What do you think the key does?
You seen any other places in here the key can go in? And by the way, we did look for a key spot back at that gate, right?
Yeah, there's nothing to open it.
Okay. Yeah, we found no other key slots in this room, right, Jason?
No, just the ones on the sarcophagus, but it doesn't match the shape of the key that you retrieved from the sarcophagus.
All right, Grumble speak up. I'm done here. I'm ready to go back and get our 100 gold.
If I recall, I think Arden told us that the key went to the vault of the family.
The key he gave us going to the front door? Is that what you're saying, Jason?
And no, it went to according to what Arden told you, the key goes to one of the family's treasure vaults, and was mistaken. And just as you,
That's the only key.
yeah, that's the only key.
Okay. So what are you saying about that? We're not going to go, steal their money, are we?
No,
No.
Dash, can you make a copy?
I don't think so. Unless that's part of Thieves' Tools.
Actually, yes, a block of wax would be amongst your thieves' tools to make impressions of keys. And before you guys ask why I know those things, my son, who actually is currently away at college, actually studies lockpicking and has showed me how to make key impressions before.
Great. Glad I don't know you in real life.
Well, that's okay. Trust me. He's nowhere near anything that's important to break into. He's only at West Point.
If you guys want, I can.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Grant just kind of wander outside the front door here like you didn't hear that.
I'm just wondering why they didn't hire a locksmith.
They're afraid of
I mean-
ghouls.
No. I mean, why didn't they hire a locksmith to open the treasure vault? Is there something inside they don't want others to see?
That's a good point.
I
Well,
mean,
they probably just don't want people breaking into their vault because that's another person that then would be able to access their vault. Versus just sending somebody to go collect a key. Seems easier.
besides, if it's one of those rich noble families, then it's probably gonna hold a lot of money.
Jason, I don't know what you want me to roll to try to.
No, you're fine.
make a copy.
It doesn't take you that long. You actually take one of your candles from your kit, mash it into a bar, and form a shape around it and get an impression of the key itself.
So out of character, this vault we were just in and the other vault, were they of the same family or were they different?
Different families.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, different families, and just happen to be near each other in the actual catacombs.
And Grun just assumed that. Sorry, go ahead.
Were we wearing our rings when that impression was made of the key?
I'm assuming you were.
I can see.
Nowhere in the
Damn.
contract did they say that we can't look at making money our own way as well.
This is true.
Just they need the item given back to them and 10% of anything we find.
Are you saying this out loud?
Oh no, just
Oh.
out of character. I was just
Yeah,
wondering.
sorry, that
if-
was out of character.
Okay.
Okay, let me shut the doors on the vault there. There we go. Those are shut. So I think I left Quorum inside.
I'm out now.
So I didn't actually block it, so you can still get out. Okay, so you're headed back to the sword chestplate?
Yep.
Get her money.
Okay, let me.
And you need a bath, Grant.
Hey. Yeah, I do.
Do they offer baths?
Not the 10 beds, but there are places in public bathhouses here in the city that you could
Hey,
run
there's
to.
there's a bird bath out here.
there is a fountain outside. So you make your way back to the sword chestplate, which is off of the. And this is something that you all would know, having been there. The sword chestplate is located on the wonderful alley called Sores and Boils Alley. So you make your way back into the. You guys can explore the map all you want, guys. You make your way back into the sword chestplate well before your time. Grun, do you actually stop and rinse off in the fountain?
I was gonna say I'm getting naked. I'm taking all my clothes off. I'm putting them in the fountain. I'm kind of rinsing them off a little bit and grind them up on the stone. And I'll eventually put them back on while they're still wet. But
Okay.
I want to kind of rinse them off.
I gotta make a roll. Crap.
Oh shit! A roll for what?
To see if any guard happened to walk by while you're doing this. I mean, it's early in the morning, but there are starting to be people coming out and doing starting about their wares and starting up businesses, and a couple of odors that will pass you as you meander through the city, and it's early morning still in the city. It's probably, well, you're supposed to be back there by second bell. It's probably right after first bell, but you can smell bread baking. You can smell meats being prepared. You can smell just the general morning of the city waking up and coming to life and starting to go about its business. As you find your way into the sword chestplate, you are startled to find that it's almost standing room only again. And the ale is already flowing.
If I only had $1 or a gold piece or whatever you call them, dragons or what are they called here?
A gold piece here would be a gold orb. Or an orb.
Yep. Let's get some orbs. Slaps his hands together. Where's Arden?
So you come in and you kind of demand, where's Arden? And it says, 1 second, we'll send for him. And then a few minutes later, the elf dressed in silks and those bright yellow silks comes down from the upstairs of the tavern, and he comes moving around. Again, he almost seems to float across the room as he comes, to where you guys are at. And he stops and he goes, I see you've returned. Were you successful in your ventures?
Yep. Got both of them. Got the lantern, got the key. Who has it? He looks around.
Dash is holding both. Here you go. Here's the lantern. Sets
Oh,
on the table.
no, I don't take delivery. You pause it. I don't take, hold your item. If you will wait here, I will see that you are given a complimentary drink, and I will make arrangements for you to meet with Master Mac.
Drink.
So he disappears, and then shortly thereafter, a tankard of ale is dropped in front of each one of you.
Sweet.
Good thing you mentioned that. I was about to buy a round of for everyone as a victory for us. Rather be cheap.
Because they just serve ale, and ale here?
Yep, that's it. Ale, and ale. You have a lot of choices. So you're about halfway through those ales, just sitting there kind of waiting whenever.
Oh no, not halfway.
Okay, you might.
Grun's gonna slam his ale and take his giant cow tongue and lick the inside of the cup.
Okay, so most of you are halfway through your ale whenever Arden returns. Says, "This way, please," and he leads you up a set of stairs, and to the top of the stairs, he hangs a right and leads you into another room. He knocks twice, opens the door, and says, "Master Mike, we'll see you now." The room beyond is carpeted in a plush blue carpet. There is a desk, a pair of chairs in front of the desk with high backs. There's a chair on the back side of the desk. It's a high back chair and it's facing away from you. But you can tell there's someone in it because it's moving slightly as you guys are ushered into the room. I'm not going to bring you the map for this, so it's theater of the mind this.
The chair is moving?
Yeah, the chair is moving like someone's sitting in it, but they're faced away from you, and you can't see them in the chair because the back is so high on the chair.
Okay. It's not like a rocker. It's just a regular chair, though, right?
Yeah, it's just a regular chair.
Okay.
Be amusing if our big boss man had a rocking chair.
Whatever. I should have thought of that. So as you guys are all come into the room, and it kind of looks at you kind of funny, Grun, because you're still slightly dripping as you come into the carpet. And he goes, "Yeah, we'll see to that too." And he shuts the door behind you. And as soon as the door shuts, the chair turns around. Sitting in the chair is a richly dressed halfling. And he's wearing basically a pinstripe suit, or the equivalent of one for this region. Broad lapels. He has curly brown hair. And you can tell for a halfling, he's probably middle-aged, as best as your all's experience with halflings. He goes, "Well, I'd offer you a seat, but there doesn't seem to be enough chairs for everybody." Actually, I need to change my voice.
Yes, I would offer you a seat, but there doesn't appear to be enough chairs for everybody. Please, ladies. And he kind of listens. "Well, figure it out. I understand you've retrieved the merchandise that Arden sent you after."
Yep.
"May I see it?"
Yep.
Dash pulls out the lantern and the key and hands them forward.
Excellent. He takes the lantern, and you see he picks up the lantern first. The key that's actually on the desk there. He picks up the lantern first, and he turns it over, and he flips a little bump on the bottom, and the light goes out in it. "We shall return that," and he sets it off to the side. Picks up the key, he examines it, looks at the engravings, pulls out a sheet of paper, goes through it. "Yep, that's the one." He lays it off to the side. Now, I understand that you were given the job to work for separately, correct? You were supposed to split your group? So which one of you went after the key and which one went after the lantern?
We all did. Both of them.
Very good. Well, let's see here then. For the sum of the work, and he reaches over to a drawer beside him, pulls it out, and he looks up at your number, and he pulls out bags, and he drops 6 little small leather sacks on the table, and he says, "Now, And he shuts that drawer, and he reaches another drawer, and he looks at Bertrand and goes, "May I have your ring back, please, lady?"
Whoa! Why does she gotta give her ring up?
"We'll get to you next, Master Grun. Mistress Bertra."
Sure. She just chucks it off and gives it to him.
He snags it out of the air as you chuck it off. And as he snags out of the air, he flips another one at you. "This one might fit you better. Make a dex check." You fumble a little bit, but you grab it out of the air. The ring you grab out of the air is made of copper. It looks almost identical to the one you had before, only on the inside of this one, your name has been engraved. That one might be a little bit more permanent. And He goes through the same process with each one of you. He asks for your ring, takes your ring, until he comes to Grun. Master Grun, we were unsure of the type of ring you would prefer. Would you prefer one for your horn, for your nose, or for your hand?
Let's get the dangly one for my horn. That's cool. I don't like things on my hands. I like to use them.
That's what I thought you would go for, and he actually reaches in the drawer and he pulls out one and tosses it to you that meets that requirement. It's there. Now,
Yeah.
how shall we do this? Okay, there is the matter of the contract. 1 second.
Whoa.
He produces a set of a contract. And this is actually the contract that he produces.
If I remember correctly, they're in dwarf, and none of us reads dwarf, do we?
Oh, that's
Dash
Sorry.
read dwarf.
That's good. See, I thought there was one of you that reads dwarven.
Jeez.
Brian's laughing.
Like, wow, this is huge. Grun's like, that's way too much reading, dude. Someone else read that to me.
I'm looking for it in my notes. I actually have a copy in English for you guys too. But as you go through it, it's a standard form contract. And of course, it's not popping.
Any questions on the contract? Is that what you said?
No, so of course it's not popping up, and I want to look for it. I know I put this in here.
Hey, I see the number 1. I can read something on the contract. Oh, there's a number 2. There's the word Mac. Hey, I'm getting good at this.
Well, at least we know you aren't completely illiterate.
Hey, this is in a weird language. Can you read this?
No, I cannot.
Okay. So, who's calling the kettle black now?
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
I'm adding it to your things now, guys. 1 second.
You're adding it to whose things?
If you look over on the right, you should now have the contract itself. I'm going to show it to you as well.
It just popped up.
You will find these over in your handouts, in the handout section as well. And if you scroll down
It's in English.
in the handout section, you will find the English version of it.
So, is it safe to assume that he's going to hand us ones that we can read?
Oh no, this is the contract.
Okay, so this is out of character knowledge. If someone's going to have to translate to Grun.
Yeah, this is something that you guys later. But this is the standard contract. Now, just for grins and giggles, guys, as you read through this, you're going to figure out real quick where this contract came from. But it is a standard form contract, and I'll explain to you the contract. And it's just as Arden explained before. Let me get out of this silly voice.
Oh, and he was enjoying the silly voice.
So, the standard form contract that Mac provides you is just like Arden explained. You will work for the retrieval service. He'll provide missions for you. You will get 10% of the whatever he charges for the mission, for the job to be done. He will pay that to you, each one of you. And anything you find you may keep, you must pay 10% of that to him. He contracts to make sure that that's legal and binding with the employers. Basically, he does all the groundwork, the legal work, and all to keep you out of legal trouble within Gumtar Stronghold. In the meantime, he finds the jobs for you and sends you guys out to actually do the physical work of retrieving it. So he basically works as your talent agent for you.
All right, so over the course of the next 2 hours, is Dash going to try to explain this to me particularly, but everybody?
Yeah, Dash is going through his. Mac actually says, "Excuse me," and I'll let you read through the contract because I can see you want to go through this. And he steps out into one of the side rooms for a while you guys just ring the bell on the desk when you're ready. But the basic contract goes into it and also explains that the rings that you have will allow his bards to see your activities and record them so that they can convert those and turn those into songs and adventures and things like that that can be used to uplift you within the city itself. In other words, make you famous. So this guy pretty much has it all sewed up, and he also in there doesn't explain the contract, but as explained before, there are some merchants, and Mac would explain this to you. There are some merchants in the city that are favorable toward employees of the retrieval service and will give a discount. Varies from vendor to vendor, but they will give you a discount on goods and items that you purchase from them.
Sweet.
All right, so out of character, Jason. I mean, once Dash or whoever explains this entire contract to me, then I'm going to want to try to have a conversation with the guy to see if my brother is part of this.
Okay.
And if there's something in the contract that talks about, whether or not these rings see everything, and that's going to intrigue my knowledge even more. And trigger, you can see where it's going. It's going to like snowball into a bunch of stuff.
Yep, see that definitely. So. Travel expenses. The contract actually does mention that most travel expenses will be defrayed to you in form of an upfront payment. So, for example, if you're being sent halfway around the world, they would arrange for that travel over there, and then you might have to get reimbursed when you come back for part of it. But they would defray your travel expenses within a certain amount. Other questions about the contract before we do the other part? I know what Brian's after.
Yeah, so I'm just going to ask, is there any part in here that says, like, we as employees have access to any of these barge stories of other adventures or parties?
Nothing in the contract that says anything about that, no.
Okay. So the stories are sole property of this Matt guy?
Well, yeah, sort of. They're the stories are property of him, and the bards record them, and the bards go out and perform them in the city and start spreading the word of the groups.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm sorry if I'm getting too deep in it, but out of character, would
fine.
my guy have heard some story that sounded like my brother?
Possibly, and we can take care of that here in a moment.
Okay. All right, sorry.
You're fine, Brian. That's what this part's about.
Okay.
Other questions?
Who is Thorn and Company? I take it they own the retrieval service. Is that just the
no, that would be Jason didn't scrub the contract very well.
Okay.
Have you figured out where the contract come from yet?
I'm assuming the one shot that you ran.
No. The contract is actually the same contract that was offered to Bilbo Baggins.
I never read or watched Lord of the Rings.
This is the contract from Thorn and Company. I actually used it for my image.
Oh, wow.
And for the text, just because I wanted a contract that looked somewhat ambiguous and weird.
All right.
Okay, so after you guys examine everything and you ring for Twig, or not Twig, for Mac, he reemerges. And Brian and Rand know why I said Twig.
Mm-hmm. Where is Buttercup?
So, are these terms acceptable to you?
Grunwald,
Yes.
you just want to shrug. It's like, that's a lot of words in there, dude.
Well, I'm sorry. Things must be legally handled in Gumtar Stronghold. It's not up to me, unfortunately.
So I gotta ask more questions. So once we sign this contract, is there like a term to it, or is it like indefinitely?
Until you decide to sever your relationship with them, or he decides to sever with you. It's just a matter of basically saying what he owes you and what you owe him.
Okay. And by severing, we mean
when you decide to quit.
Oh.
You just gotta tell him,
Okay.
"Hey, Mac, I'm done," and hand the ring back in, and you're done.
Okay. And it's that easy, huh?
Yep, it's that easy.
Okay.
Well, then
Oops, sorry.
Go ahead.
This is a question of actual Mac.
Okay.
So here it says meals provided at the sole discretion of the director. Would you actually be feeding us?
But when you're in town, yes, and I want to make sure that you're your portion, your 10% that you get from the contract would be more than enough to handle the food and items that you might need during the time which you are traveling for the retrieval service.
All right. Grun, that means we're eating well.
Does that mean we always have to eat here?
Oh, no, you don't have to eat here. You said when you're working for the retrieval service, obviously your meals will be covered within the means of the 10% that you get of the upfront cost. When you're downtime, when you're not working on it, you can defray your expenses how you wish. You don't have rooms here. You can find rooms anywhere in the city you want, though I can help arrange rooms if you'd like.
Okay, very well. Good with this, I think.
If you are, simply make your mark. And I'll leave it to you guys what you do on that. And I understand, Grun, you might have some questions for me.
Yeah. You want me to bring that up here, or you and I need to do that offline, Jason?
That's fine.
Which is fine? Offline or here?
Here.
Okay. All right, so I have reason to believe that my brother may have been part of your service, and I haven't seen him in a while, so I'm just trying to find out if he was somehow working for you, and if you have any information or news about him, where he might be, or...
Though I don't have many Minotaurs in my employee, what was your brother's name, so I'm sure that I get the right employee if he was in fact an employee of the retrieval service.
Well, his full name was Kithumulse de Brigan, but he just went locally by Kith.
Kith. You see a flicker across his face. Kith. One moment. And he again pulls another one of the doors out, this on the other side. He starts leafing through, and he pulls out this huge, thick folder. He flops it on the desk. And it's written in Dwarven. Dash, you notice, you can see Kith's name written in the Dwarven runes on the outside of the folder as he flips through it. He goes, yes, Kith. Yes, he was an employee. Well, I believe he still is. He has not severed his contract with us as of yet.
So you know where he is then?
Well, I know where he went. That's part of the issue of why I need to hire more employees. I sent Kith and his companions to the far south into the Burning Lands. And our bards and scribes were able to track them for quite some time, and then they encountered something in the desert, and after that, we have not been able to discern their location.
All right, well, I'll be first to volunteer for any retrieval service you have in the Burning Lands.
We do have work that way, but nothing that is due now. I have other contracts ahead of that, but I will keep that in mind when I'm forming a team to head that way.
And would you be so kind as to inform me if you guys pick up any more signals or whatever from the ringy doohickey thing that he's got?
Oh, most certainly. Most certainly.
Okay, but your bards see everything, right?
Well, typically, yes. And if you would check with one of the bards here, they can tell you the stories of Kith and his group.
Is there a particular bard I should talk to, or they all know?
There's several by now that's sharing that story throughout the name, but the bard that you guys have noticed a couple times you've been in this fortress, but now there's always a bard performing. It changes, different bard pretty much every night, but there's always a bard performing downstairs. The one here, though, should know the story. We make them perform them here, you see, before they travel out into the city to make sure that they're accurate with the information. We don't want inaccurate information, obviously, getting out.
Out of character, would any of these bards have any knowledge that we unleashed some kind of demon upon the world?
Oh, yeah, they would. They would. So, yes, you could definitely find that information. I'll just ask one of the bards and tell him that you would like to know the legend of the stories of Kith.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Other questions that you might have? Where are you staying currently?
Out of character? I don't know.
The tin beds.
The 10 beds is what I put in the introduction of the campaign. So
it's quite likely you could be staying in the 10 beds. That's totally up to you guys where you're staying. It could be any. There's dozens of in a city this size, obviously.
Are we paying for it no matter where we are?
Yeah,
For
you
the
are.
contract?
Yeah, as per the
Okay.
contract, you're paying for it. So, because that's where you're staying in the city is outside of his contract right now. You're not, well, yet. So let's get back to that.
So
Grun's going to stay wherever it's cheapest.
I see, Gun. Probably the 10 beds then. But would you be willing to take on a contract now? I do have one that's pressing.
I'm in. Corm's in.
I got a wet shirt and some wet pants, but I'm ready to roll.
Well, you don't have to leave immediately. I mean, it has to be done within the next week and a half. But are you interested in taking the contract?
Yeah, my clothes
Or
should
at
be
least-
dry by then.
Or at least hearing about the contract?
Grun kind of look around the rest of the group. Are we working together? Are we is this like a private contract, one-on-one?
Well, no, actually, it was more suited to the needs of, well, probably all of you for this particular job.
He just shrugs. Whatever.
Mac kind of looks around the outside looking for nods or ascension. So, well, I'll tell you what, let me explain the job, and then if you're interested, you can tell me. Fair enough?
Sure.
Very well. So he puts away Kiss folder and slides it back in the desk, and he pulls out another folder off of his desk, and he pulls it toward him, and he leafs through it, and he comes to a sheet of paper, and here it is. There is a magician here in town, a studier of magics and those sort of things. He has been studying or researching into healing potions, better ways to heal. And you can see my interest in this with people of your type in my employ. You tend to get hurt, and I'd like to have ways to get you healed better and quicker. Well, he's offered to share part of his research with us, but for the research, he needs something rather specific. He needs, well, quite bluntly, he needs a troll.
Alive or dead?
Alive.
Oh, damn. That sucks. Okay. What kind of troll?
Well, the breathing kind, of course.
Got it.
I do. And he ruffles it on, he pulls out a copy of the paper, and he flips it around and says, and he points to one of the headlines on the paper, and he says, "There has been a group of trolls spotted near the town along the cliff road. You could do a service for the city by clearing out those trolls and, say, bring one back for our friend."
Okay, bring back one alive.
Correct. One alive.
Okay. Do we know how many trolls have been in these sightings?
Well, the sightings haven't been exactly the most clear, but it appears to be 2, no more than 3 trolls that have been harassing the merchants as they go through that area.
How many of them must be alive?
Oh, we only need one
One.
alive.
Grun's going to answer for you. One. We're bringing back one alive. Maybe.
Does it say what state of alive it needs to be? Can it just be beaten to a bloody pulp and barely breathing?
He doesn't care as long as it's alive, because what he wants to do is study the properties of its healing. Do you think this is something you could accomplish?
Out of character, we know that this is like beyond our, or taking down a troll is easy enough. I'm just trying to gauge Rose's reaction here.
Yeah,
whether he should be like scared or like whatever. It's a troll.
Trolls are not horribly hard for a group your size, especially a small group of them, 2 or 3, you could probably take down. It would not be an easy feat because they are trolls and they are tough.
Yep. Okay.
But you all could probably handle it. Or at least that's probably what Grum would assess anyway.
Okay.
Now, this contract does pay, of course. He did pay us well for the retrieval of the troll. You see him look at the paper and looks at the marks on it and goes, looks at you and goes, looks like it'd come out about 200 orbs each.
200.
Each.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that too.
Well, if that's the cost, I think we should take it.
Grun's trying to do math in his head. Counting his fingers, or his hoof fingers, or hoofs, whatever they are. Yeah, I'll take it. Where do I sign?
Oh, there's no signing needed. It's simply that alerting me to check the contract is enough. I will alert the bods and the scribe watches to keep an eye on your activities as you leave the city. Whenever you're ready to actually leave the city and travel out, just simply stop by here and you just tell the bartender. Carl will be more than happy to relay the information up to us that you're leaving. And again, this would be of service to the city because these trolls have been attacking the incoming merchants along the cliff road.
Okay. I'm too dumb to formulate a plan, but yeah.
Well, you have some time and you might want to rest up. He kind of looks over and goes, you know what? I don't normally do this, but I like you all. Most of the time when we give out contracts, and Auden is very specific in his delivery about how things are to be done. He told you all to, some of you go here and some of you go there, but you chose to change and do things your way and came back successful in a very timely manner. We have a set of rooms here in the sword chest plate that I can put at your disposal if you would like. Standard room rates will apply. You'll have to deal with Radgiff. He's the inn manager here. Radgiff can take care of it, but I can cover the first, listen, he goes, tell you what, I'll cover the first week.
I hear first week covered. I'm like, I'm in.
Very well, I'll make the arrangements. And he reaches down and he picks up the bell on his desk and he jingles it. And Arden appears again. And he gives some instructions to Arden. Arden bows, nods, and leaves. Well, your rooms will be made ready. You may go downstairs and enjoy the evening. No hurry. Just we would need to have that troll back for the magician within a week's time.
Is there any trainers who might be able to teach us new skills in town that you would recommend for us?
That depends on the kind of skills you're looking for, Master Corum.
The sneaky kind. The sneak kind.
The sneaky sneak kind. Yes. I will have Auden deliver that information to your room.
You do that for all of us?
All of you wish to be trained in this sneaky sneak work?
No. I'm not sneaky. Look at me.
Not really sneaky either. I was just kind of wondering, out of character, real quick. Are we doing what you had recommended before? I mean, are we? What's our? I'm trying to gauge our level of experience currently. Like, is it based off our gold pieces that we've gained so far, or is it based off the monsters that we've killed?
I left that up to you guys last session. We'll take a break here in the RP just to discuss that. I ran the numbers both ways based on what gold you made last time and what gold I knew you'd pull out this time, and your overall payment. You would come out about the same if you went with the background information or with general experience. Though with the number of new players to Roll20 and somewhat new players of D&D in the group, why don't we just use the traditional method for now, and after we get past level 4, we can revisit whether we want to go with the reputation method. Is that good with everybody?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm fine either way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I was actually kind of leaning your way just because I thought it was something you wanted to try. But that sounds cool, and we can. I like that.
Okay, that's fine. And I still want you to work on talk to me about as we RP and stuff, how your character would go about becoming better known in the city and what they would be doing in the city. Like for example, and I'll share something from what Brian's character is doing if he doesn't mind.
That's fine.
Grun is sending part of his money back to his family. To support his family because he actually came out here looking at, as he just shared a little bit ago, for his brother. So part of what he is making is being shipped back to his family to help support them because he's not there to help in the family business right now.
That makes sense, and that kind of counts to like obviously the person shipping money knows he's a good guy taking care of his family.
Right. That would help build up reputation of what this particular Minotaur and warrior is out there doing this stuff, but we also know that he's rarely going to the postal clerks or to the shipping clerks and having money sent elsewhere. And well, as you learn, Mac's wired into everything in the city. That won't take him long to figure out where that money's going and what you're doing with it. And it will become part of. It will become yeah, it will become part of Grun's story throughout the city that he's helping his family, or who knows how they would spin it, but that would become part of the story of Grun.
Can I take a post like telling our own tales, but I can change names a bit about the Minotaur poop in the sewer, things like that.
You sure can. You sure can.
Excellent.
I would appreciate it.
I thought Dash was the one that was down there with me when I pooped. You weren't down there, were you?
Dash and I are pretty close. Just like they can see stuff.
I would share that information for anyone.
So, after a few minutes conversation, Matt dismisses you all to go back downstairs and enjoy your evening, obviously.
So real quick, before we leave, sorry, go ahead, you go first.
I was going to say before we roll out, Dash would make sure to hand over Mac's cut.
Yes. Thank you for that. I shall file that away. 2 gold pieces, 12 silver, 4 copper. And you see him actually pull out another small binder folder, and it has a list of your all's names on it in Dwarven Dash. And there is a sum written, a set of ciphers on the bottom of it matches exactly what you just handed over to him. And it's already inked on the folder. Yes, that seems to be appropriate. Thank you.
My pleasure.
So, my out of character question, you may have said it, so I just missed it, didn't put it in my notes. So, who are we supposed to bring the troll to? Did you tell us that?
No, that's actually a very good question, Glenn. I'll say in Mac's voice for that. When you come with the troll back into town, you will need to take it to this address, and he pulls out a slip and fills out information on it. And he hands it over to you and goes, "You need to take it to this address." And he probably hands it back to Dash since Dash gave him the money. So to this address, deliver it there, but don't bring it directly into the city. Stop at you'll probably be coming in off the cliff gate, so wait at the cliff gate and send a runner to that address, and then they will send someone to collect the troll from you. The city guard might frown just a little bit on you bringing a live troll into the city.
So bring it to the cliff gate and then send a runner to that address, and they'll come retrieve it.
Correct. Please wait with it, though, so that it doesn't get loose.
Okay. One more out of character question. I guess for anybody. Is Grun going to know the regenerative properties of a troll? Is that going to be too metagamey? I wouldn't know that because I haven't fought one yet.
Grun probably wouldn't know that yet.
Okay, alright, that's cool.
Seeing where I'm going to be doing for my big trip, being the moonlit morass, are there trolls there? Would I be aware of that? Have any information?
You would probably be alerted that there's obviously been trolls seen in the morass, so you might be somewhat familiar with them from there. And we can deal with that in between this session and next session to figure out what exactly you do and don't know about that. We need to iron that out anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so said, you find your way back downstairs to your table. Another round of drinks is brought to your table. This time by one of the barkeeps, who introduces himself. He's a kind of a portly man. Always seems to be smiling and joking. He says, "My name is Radigath Snug. I own and operate the sword chest plate here. I understand this. You have rented the common room or not the common room, the private rooms upstairs."
Sure.
Yes, we have.
Very good. I will make arrangements for those rooms to be prepared for you, and once we have those ready, I will let you know. In the meantime, there has been drinks on Mac's tab given to this table for the remainder of the evening, and a dinner has been ordered for you as well. And then he looks over at Grun. Yes. And there is a bathhouse 2 doors down. Please
Yeah,
use it rather than the fountain.
I just washed my clothes, man.
The bathhouse will take care of that too for you.
Okay, is this like, what's that fancy word you guys use? Gratis on the house?
This trip, yes, I will pay for it if I have to. You stink. And I don't take offense. I've known many a Minotaur, and it's not the odor that I associate with your species. It is something fouler.
Hey, the cows love it.
I'm sure they might, but the patrons here do not.
All right, fair enough. If you're buying, I'll take a bath, and I'll have them wash my clothes, and I'll have them clean underneath my hooves and clean out my ears.
I will send word to have things prepared for you, Master. Well, so
Out of character.
enjoy your food and your drink. Yes, out of character.
Yes.
I was going to say, out of character, I'm assuming Grun's probably aware of this bathhouse.
Yeah, it's just a couple doors down from the sword chest plate.
Okay.
It's a common bathhouse. There's nothing fancy about it.
Okay, and I guess the proprietors, the workers there, are all of a certain race or breed, or
There are all kinds of different races, and it's a mixed group that operates that particular bathhouse.
okay, all right. And so I don't want to overtake this thing, but I want to have that conversation with a bard at some point.
Okay.
Trying to get information about my brother. Now, whether we're going to do that offline, I'm fine with that. It's up to you guys. Yeah, I don't want to take over the whole session, so.
Sorry, I'm still reading the contract.
I knew that would come back and haunt me. Okay, so while she's reading the contract and the others are not being quiet, you're able to find one of the bards that's not currently performing, but he's obviously preparing to perform, and you're able to ask him about the story.
Go ahead.
He informs you. He says, "Well, he immediately notices the ring on your horns." And he goes, "Ah, so you work for the service? Well, then I can skip all the formalities and just give you the straight story. Would that be fine with you?"
Yeah, I prefer the straight. I saw those freaking contracts.
Our stories aren't as bad as the contracts. Your Kith and his companions was sent to the Burning Lands.
Right.
They were sent to retrieve a lost artifact.
Okay.
The stories, the legend that I have of their group says that they traveled to the capital of that land, and from there they traveled into the deep desert. While in the deep desert, they investigated or visited a sunken city. And in that sunken city, they encountered a magical being. And after their encounter with the magical being, our connection to them, our way of seeing them, looks meaningfully toward your ring. Yes, it quit working. We don't know what happened after that. They were supposed to come back will report back within a set amount of time.
So the ring stopped working as soon as it encountered this magical being?
Yes. Well, we know a little bit of what happened. This being came from a lamp, and they fought with it, and it escaped. But when it escaped, something that it did to escape, we don't know what, and our magical investigators are looking into this now to find out how it disenchanted their rings.
Alright, so Grun's gonna be thinking to himself that we just retrieved some kind of a lamp out of one of these crypts, and now you're talking about this thing came out of a lamp, so now he's like kind of freaking out a little bit. Wonder if that lamp had anything to do with it. So,
And I tried to leave it vague before you ran, since you're going to try to write something up for what your all's adventure was like.
Okay.
So when he mentions about the lamp, Grun's gonna. So does this have anything to do with the lamp that we just brought back?
No, not a thing. In fact, it was a different kind of lamp, and he comes over to your table and he takes out his dagger, and he actually carves the lamp, the shape of a lamp, into the table, and it's not a lantern lamp. It's like an old-fashioned oil pot lamp where you put oil in it and the flame would burn on one end.
Hmm.
It was more like that.
Okay. Again, I'm assuming out of character, my Grun's not gonna know what the hell any significance of that kind of lamp is.
No, he
right?
wouldn't. But
Right.
the guys knew he was trying to question the difference of the lamp that they had just retrieved as opposed to this one. It's like, well, no, like this.
That's a strange looking lamp.
Well, it's an old-fashioned type lamp that is often used to burn oil in.
I call that a teapot.
That's most people would call it that, yes, around here. But in the burning lands, they use them in some places for light.
Okay. All right. And how long ago was this?
Oh, that was probably 5-6 months ago.
Okay. No, and there's been no sightings or anything of him since, right?
We haven't had any word, at least not through the rings, and we haven't received any messengers of any kind to come back from them. Usually when groups go out of touch for very long, as soon as they get into a city or someplace where they can send word, they'll send a magical messenger or send a message to the message service itself to you. Now, out of character, guys, there is actually a mail network in this world that transfers mail from location to location. Usually it's on packet ships and things like that, but there is a working mail service.
Sweet.
It's not like what we would think of as the U.S. Post Office, but usually you can pay like someone to deliver a message and they'll carry it so far, and then they'll convince someone else to do it, and they'll pay them so much for it, and so on down the line. And hopefully your letter gets where it's supposed to go, but it does work after a fashion.
All right. So Grun's gonna ask one more question of the bard.
Sure.
So, was Kith staying here? I mean, do we know of where he was last staying? You have his possessions or anything like that?
No, Kith was not staying here at the Sword Chest Plate. He did have rooms, and he names one of the other taverns in there, but after the group went missing, Arden went and collected their items and has locked them up